WVII Bangor.
From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a family is calling for heightened punishments for certain driving laws after they lost two of their loved ones in an accident. Plus, jury selection went underway yesterday for a man accused of killing two people in Aroostook County. And Senator Susan Collins visited Acadia Hospital yesterday to discuss and hear about behavioral health needs. This and more local news right now. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for tuning in this morning. Let's hit the ground running with your local updates by first getting a check of that forecast. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Hey Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so you've had a few returns on the radar, possibly a few sprinkles trying to develop this morning. We'll watch for more development later this afternoon with a few showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder later into the evening, though, as we'll watch the system right about in here. It's going to be moving in from the west, going toward the east. Now going to give us a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here, but fizzle out as it does head in our direction. But otherwise, so as you take a look at things this morning, it's a few thunderstorms off the coast over the ocean. Otherwise, so futurecast showing a few showers possible this afternoon. Here's that line of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder that will fizzle out as it heads in our direction. Then maybe some clouds, a little bit of fog that will be on the way overnight tonight and parts of early tomorrow morning. The winds will not be a huge deal. In fact, the next several days, the winds will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly winds will be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour overall, switching out of the northwest, going toward the south and east. But your hourly forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Plenty of clouds, a few showers possible, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A Unity man made his initial court appearance yesterday for a number of charges, which includes allegedly creating a police standoff. Our Dylan Holloway has more.
47-year-old Aaron Nickerson made his initial appearance virtually in Waldo County Superior Court Wednesday. Nickerson was arrested early Tuesday morning following a confrontation with police. Judge Eric Walker presented Nickerson with a number of alleged offenses that he has been charged with in relation to the confrontation.
Kidnapping Class A, aggravated assault Class B, theft Class B, domestic violence, criminal threatening Class B, domestic violence terrorizing Class B, domestic violence assault Class C, aggravated trespass C, possession of firearm by a prohibited person Class C, criminal mischief Class D, and creating a police standoff a Class E offense.
According to a Waldo County Sheriff's Office police report, deputies responded to a residence in Montville around 2:30 a.m. Tuesday for a reported domestic disturbance. Nickerson was placed under arrest 2 hours later after what authorities are calling a standoff.
Obviously, these charges, the new charges, are extremely serious. Some of the most serious I've ever seen here in Waldo County, short of an actual murder charge.
Nickerson's bail for the charges related to the standoff was set at $25,000. Additionally, Nickerson was ordered to be held without bail on a separate probation revocation motion.
Alleging that you were barricaded as a result of your own actions while armed or claiming to be armed with a dangerous weapon, that you did fail to leave the barricaded location within half an hour of receiving instructions, either personally, electronically, or in writing from law enforcement. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, but that never happened.
Nickerson's next scheduled court date is September 13th. I'm Dylan Holloway reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22.
An accident took place yesterday evening at 4145 Main Street in Kenduskeag. The homeowner told us that two vehicles that were involved, including a pickup truck, which they say swerved on and off the road before hitting the homeowner's trailer and flipping over. He says the driver of the truck was taken away by ambulance. We'll have more details on this when details are released. A federal jury has convicted two New York men for a Rangeley robbery conspiracy after a 6-day trial in Bangor. According to court records and evidence presented at the trial, 51-year-old Andre Mueller, 42-year-old Robert Holland, and 3 other men developed a plan to steal controlled substances from a Rangeley home in July of 2016. According to court records, on July 28, 2016, 2 co-conspirators entered the home armed with knives and a baseball bat with the intent to take the controlled substances. Mueller and Holland both face up to 20 years in prison and a fine of up to $250,000. They will be sentenced at a later date. Jury selection went underway yesterday in the murder trial of a Presque Isle man accused of killing 2 men in Aroostook County. Bobby Nightingale was 38 years old when the deaths occurred in August of 2019. 25-year-old Alan Curtis and 51-year-old Roger Ellis were found dead in a truck on Route 227 in Castle Hill. Last week, Nightingale's lawyers asked the charges be dismissed because the state had allegedly listened to calls between him and co-counsel. Nightingale's murder trial is scheduled to begin on August 15th. A slap on the wrist. That's what 2 families are saying about the punishment for a man who hit and killed their loved ones after falling asleep at the wheel. 2 grandmothers and a baby girl died that day, but the person responsible won't serve a day in jail. Brad Rogers looks at the crime, punishment, and the push to toughen drowsy driving laws in Maine.
A year ago in May, retirees Rose Jean and Barbara Maxim Hensby were walking here on Coney Street, pushing Hensby's 1-year-old granddaughter when they were hit from behind by a driver who admits he fell asleep at the wheel and crossed the center line.
He admitted to being tired before he drove. He knew the consequences, as all of us humans do, of what could happen when you fall asleep.
Megan Peasley lost her mother Barbara and her nearly 15-month-old daughter Veda, who was in a stroller, when Robert Santerre went off the road and hit them.
She was smart, beautiful, adorable. She had just begun living.
Amanda Ledoux's mother, Rose, Barb's best friend, was also hit by Santerre's vehicle and killed.
She was just retired. She was just starting to live her life the way that she wanted to. She has 5 grandbabies who miss her so much.
Mr. Santerre is going to be admitting to all 3 counts.
Today, Robert Santerre admitted not to manslaughter as the victims' families hoped, but to 3 civil infractions for motor vehicle violations resulting in a death.
Do you admit or deny the first allegation alleged in count 1?
I admit.
We're all shocked that this is treated as such a minor incident.
To us, that's a slap in the face. Him saying, I'm tired, I'm going to go for a drive, has 0 consequences. 0.
The families of these 3 victims are now pushing for a new law to put the consequences of drowsy driving right up there with drunk and distracted driving.
When you're behind the wheel and you're tired, your reaction times are slower. It is almost the same as being under the influence of alcohol.
Santerre faces a maximum penalty of a fine and 4-year suspension of his driver's license. Not enough, the victims' families say, for taking 3 lives. Family members of the victims will get a chance to testify at Robert Santerre's sentencing hearing.
Yesterday, Senator Susan Collins visited Northern Light Acadia Hospital in Bangor to speak with hospital leaders about behavioral health services. Collins discussed 2 projects amounting to $3.2 million that she is advocating for in Washington, D.C. The senator recently secured the $3.2 million in the fiscal year 2023 appropriations bill.
I am very excited about a $2 million project that would be used to expand access to pediatric mental health services.
Part of the project would include the construction of a new inpatient wing and expansion of the number of beds at the hospital. Implementing transportation innovation took center stage during a conference at the University of Maine. Devin Dagnalt has the details.
Funded by the Department of Transportation, innovators from all over New England came together to solve the problems surrounding transportation durability. It's no secret that New England's roads receive a beating from the region's harsh weather and always seem to be in a state of distress. The Transportation Infrastructure Conference is not only working on how to solve this problem, but how to do it sustainably.
Just this morning, there's a road that washed out in Jackman, Maine, because of a heavy storm. And because the culvert underneath the road couldn't support the amount of water that goes through it. We have technologies where we can 3D print culvert inserts that can increase the flow in a culvert by 30%. Yeah. So that could have avoided the whole problem.
According to Dr. Dagger, earlier this week in Hampton, Maine, using technology invented at the University of Maine, a bridge that weighed less than half the weight of a concrete bridge was able to be installed within 4 hours. Dagger says the University of Maine has worked hard to innovate and implement technology that is not only more durable and eco-friendly, but is also more cost-effective for the consumer, like their replacement for steel rebars made of thermoplastic.
The beauty of this is it doesn't corrode like steel does. And the reason we have potholes in Maine is because when we put salts on the roads, it gets into the steel rebar in the deck. The steel corrodes. And when the steel corrodes, it expands. So the oxide of the metal occupies a larger volume.
He says with innovations like this, our roads and the cars on them will be able to last much longer in the near future. In Orono, Devin Dagnall, ABC7, Fox 22.
And a quick update on a story we aired yesterday about a failed culvert in Jackman. Route 6 and 15 were affected and required a detour as of yesterday. Late last night, though, the Maine Department of Transportation gave an update that these routes are now back open to all vehicle traffic. And the time is now 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, hundreds of educators from across the state gathered yesterday for day 2 of their conference. Details after the break. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. High of 77 today, overcast and rain is possible. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms are likely in certain parts of the state, a low of 59. Tomorrow, a little bit more clear, partly cloudy, sun shining through, high of 78.
What happens when Anna Nicole Smith's family goes in search of her secrets, past, and possessions? You don't own me. I'm not your property. And
when the autopsy is released, it is shocking.
The 2020 event, Friday night on ABC.
Make the most of your waterfront with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Shoremaster docks and boat lifts have been the trusted choice for decades. With Shoremaster, you get the expert product knowledge and first-class service you've come to expect from Hammond Lumber. Hammond is the country's largest stocking Shoremaster dealer, so you won't wait to get the dock system you want. Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire with professional service after the sale. Your dream waterfront begins with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Harris's Harborside Takeout, located on the waterfront at the Harbor Park and Marina in Ellsworth, offers hot dogs, hamburgers, lobster rolls, sandwiches, and wraps. Top off your meal with a delicious scoop of Gifford's ice cream. Harris's Harborside Takeout, 413 Water Street, Ellsworth.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
She helped you find a car.
I guess, yeah.
And you claim you don't owe her any money.
I thought she was my friend.
You seem to be content to mooch off your friends.
If that's what you want to call it, then okay.
Frankly, if we weren't here, I'd call it something much worse.
Hot Match. Thursday at 3 on ABC7.
Hundreds of educators from across the state of Maine gathered at the Augusta Civic Center yesterday morning for the second day of the first ever Educator Summit. Matthew Drought has more.
I'm here at day 2 of the Maine Educator Summit, where teachers are listening to a keynote speaker and taking things away that they plan on using for the classroom. Educators from every county in Maine file into Augusta Civic Center this morning to take part in a day filled with various workshops. Hosted by the Maine Department of Education, the point of the event is to create relationships and allow teachers to learn from each other.
It's extremely important for educators and school leaders to be able to have a space to come together, to network and share ideas, to learn new strategies, and to strengthen their professionalism and their resilience as they are about to be entering a brand new school year.
The second day of the event kicked off with a breakfast buffet where educators had the chance to meet and form connections. Afterwards, the crowd was given a speech by Maine Commissioner of Education Pender Macon about the importance of the education sector before being sent to workshops for the day.
I guess I want to start by saying thank you to the phenomenal staff here at the Civic Center.
With this being the first ever Educators Summit, organizer Jeanette Kirk says it's gone to plan.
We've had a wonderful 2 days. We've had over 400 educators join us over the course of 2 days with 58 sessions running concurrently.
The themes of the event were resilience, responsiveness, and a renewed approach to education. Teachers had the opportunity to sit in on a wide variety of workshops to provide learning opportunities for one another. For kindergarten teacher Doreen Franklin, she's been learning about creative ways in getting her class involved in solving problems in particular situations.
I've gone to a lot of PBL sessions, which is project-based learning, problem-based learning. It's really student-centered, and I think that it's going to be something that will be perfect for my classroom.
During the summit, 8th grade teacher Kim Barnes looked for new ways to connect with her students during these stressful times.
My focus was to attend workshops today to help me kind of bridge that gap that I'm seeing in my classroom. So I attended one session about restorative practices so that we're moving forward to help students bridge those gaps of social learning.
With the event wrapping up this afternoon, Barnes is proud of the effort her fellow peers are putting in to suit students' needs.
Maine teachers have done a phenomenal job, and they've always been really at the forefront of change, and they're so resilient.
Reporting from Augusta, Matthew Juroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows recently announced that Maine voters can now begin requesting absentee ballots for the upcoming general election. Those who require an absentee ballot have up until 3 months prior to Election Day to request one. Voters will receive their ballots a month before the election per the state's no-excuse absentee voting law. Once a ballot is submitted, Maine voters can track the progress of their ballot on the state's absentee ballot request website. Secretary of State Director of Communications Emily Cook says that voting in the upcoming election is something that everyone should participate in.
Making your voice heard in any election is the basis of our democracy. So making sure that Mainers turn out, which they always do in large numbers, is an important part of that process.
Voters will only need to submit one request to receive their absentee ballot for the election on November 3rd. Piles of green bags full of bottles and cans are piling up at Clink sites. The Bottle Redemption System company says they are aware of the issue, but say it's out of their control. Mel Meyer is in Portland with what they say is contributing to the problem.
Betty Lasso collects cans to help children in Sudan.
Like right now in my house a lot.
Sometimes it's hard to make a drop-off.
When the be full, we're going to be out here. And then because sometimes they're not falling inside.
Clink says it projected a 10 to 15% increase in volume this year, but it's looking to be more around 20%.
It's just showing us a volume level that we weren't ready for.
The company says part of the issue is that redemption centers are closing across the state.
When Clink becomes your only option for beverage redemption, this is the result that you're seeing right now.
And tourism is booming.
In places like York and Well is really overwhelming our ability to pick up.
Plus, the company, like so many others, is dealing with a workforce shortage. I take it you wouldn't typically be out picking up loads.
I would not. I would be running the factory.
John Sabine is the Senior Vice President of Operations. He's now out driving a truck for Clink, sometimes several days at a time.
In fact, I just came, showered up and came for this interview from being out in the field.
They are hiring, but it takes time. That's why they're asking you to lend a hand by making sure bags weigh less than 20 pounds each.
Fully stuffed bags that are not tied completely or tied at all, just create more work for our drivers.
And try to limit drop-offs to 3 bags at a time.
We have customers that show up, they have 15, 20 bags or more, full pickup loads. That creates a volume situation where other people can't drop.
The time is now 6:19. After the break, a bill to support more tourist activity in the Katahdin region has been introduced to Congress. Plus, we'll hear from a Southern Maine thrift store owner about the impact of inflation on his business. This and more when we return.
Savings just got even better on your favorite designer brand at the Label Shopper Summer Madness Sale. Take an extra 50% off summer fashion. Stop in today at the Summer Madness Sale.
Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jim Marr Construction Products can help you.
Welcome to the Purple Baboon, a local gem on the Belfast waterfront. Find lots of little joys for every taste, like fun clothing for the whole family and a lovely selection of coastal Maine-made jewelry. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices, 31 Front Street, Belfast.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Park's Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Park's Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Park's Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A bill to improve visitor access to Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument and support more tourist activity in the region has been introduced to Congress. It would also authorize the expansion of Katahdin Woods and Waters by giving the National Park Service permission to acquire land that better connects the monument to the Millinocket region and major roadways. Senator Angus King introduced the legislation, and Senator Susan Collins co-sponsored the measure. A statement from Senator King's office said all expansions will occur with the cooperation of willing landowners and will protect traditional hunting, fishing, and snowmobile use on the land that is acquired. It says those acquisitions are expressly forbidden through eminent domain. Senator King said, quote, "Since its establishment, Katahdin Woods and Waters had helped thousands of people from around the world enjoy Maine's unmatched beauty and brought important economic opportunity to our state. The Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument Access Act would build on the monument's success and let more people experience this Maine treasure." Inflation reached 8.5% this past July, slightly lower than what we just saw in June and just over 9%, excuse me. And while gas prices fell 7.7%, they are still up 44% from a year earlier, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This rise in prices have drawn people to thrift stores and save money to make it. Consignment stores, Lots for Tots, is a consignment store where people can drop off unwanted baby or toddler items and get money in return. Owner Scott Friedman says he has seen a change in his customer base and in his sales over the last 8 months. He says his sales are up 30% compared to last year and is finding his customers are not only buying more, but selling more, too. As prices go up nationwide, so does the price of what he will buy used items for.
Our prices are based really on what things sell for new. We have a formula that's if it sells for $100 new, we price it at $50. If that same product now is going for $120 new, we price it at $60. So as new prices go up, ours sort of organically go up.
With the school year right around the corner, United Way of Eastern Maine has begun their efforts to help gather school supplies for children in need of them. United Way has partnered with Penquist to bring back the Fill the Bus event. The event aims to gather as many school supplies and donations as possible for students who need them the most in Penobscot and Piscataquis counties. On Friday, donors can bring school supplies or cash donations to either the Bangor or Lincoln Walmart between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
When a child has the supplies that they need to have a good school year, they can be fully engaged and they can be fully present. When they don't have the supplies that they need, they're worried about, they have so much anxiety, they're worried about what other classmates might think or feel, and it really is a way to make sure that we are setting our children up for the best possible future.
United Way will also be holding a Fill the Bus event for Somerset County on August 27th, where donations can be dropped off at either the Skowhegan or Palmyra Walmart. The time is now 6:24. Let's get a full look at that forecast. Meteorologist Devin Biggs is in with the latest. Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already a few sprinkles showing up on the radar this morning. Here we'll watch for a few showers that will develop during the afternoon period. Maybe a few light sprinkles, and that'll be about it. But otherwise, though, areas to the north and west have to watch for a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here later on as this front tries to move in. We have high pressure that will be right behind it. More chances of showers and storms not out of the question as we head towards the latter parts of this week into the weekend. Otherwise, though, water temperatures are not too bad. Temperatures will be in the 70s today. Water temperatures in the 60s. So overall, not too bad out there, though. Our average high has ticked down to 80 degrees now. It will be in the middle to upper 70s for the next few days. Back in the lower 80s Sunday and a Monday. Upper 70s Tuesday, then back in the lower 80s again as we head towards your Wednesday. Dew points won't be a huge deal. You might notice it feeling a little humid today with dew points around that 60-degree mark, but falling as we head towards Friday back into the comfortable territory and staying there for the next several days as well. Moving forward, though, your UV index forecast for today is at a 6. I'm betting it might be a little bit lower, though, with the clouds sticking around. But either way, though, UV index is expected to be at a 6. That's high. Burn time of 30 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will still be necessary as you head out the door to avoid any sunburn. And yes, even with the clouds, you can still get sunburned, so definitely make sure to keep that in mind. Moving forward, though, Futurecast showing a mostly cloudy sky, maybe some breaks in the clouds from time to time with a few showers this afternoon. This line of showers and storms will try to sneak in here during the evening period, though, but quickly tapering off as it moves in our direction. Some clouds and fog will also be possible overnight and early tomorrow morning. But as we head towards tomorrow, though, a few showers trying to sneak in along the coastline, though, but most of us staying dry with some sunshine to also try to sneak out from time to time, too, before another system begins to move in from the south. And any rain will be welcome, though. Here's the latest drought monitor. A new one comes out later today showing many areas in the state still in drought at this time. Your forecast for today, upper 70s, mostly cloudy. We'll see a few showers out there with that south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we'll see a few thunderstorms. Those will fizzle out as they head in our direction. We'll have lows in the upper 50s areas, of fog as well. South wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy. North wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Alrighty, we're dry on Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s. Middle 70s on Saturday under a mostly cloudy sky. More storms by Sunday and a smaller chance by Monday.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
For over 17 years, ADA Fence Company has been offering top quality fences at the best price and doing the job right the first time. Choose from vinyl, ornamental, wood, rental, and chain link fences. ADA Fence Company also builds kennels, enclosures, and gates of all types and sizes. Proudly serving Eastern and Central Maine. Call ADA Fence Company today at 1-888-891-4564. ADA Fence Company, the professional fence people.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
Hi, my name is Terry Smith, or Dr. T. I'm president of New England Bible College and Seminary. We're located in Bangor and South Portland. We prepare people for God's call on their lives. We want them to know Jesus. We believe he's more than a man because that would make him just a liar or a lunatic. We believe he is God. So if you want more information, give us a call at 947-1665 or visit us at nebc.edu.
You want to learn more about God, about the Bible, this is a good opportunity for you to come and learn. God bless you.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
And now for your national news. Surging rent and eviction filings could be forcing thousands of Americans out of their homes. Fox News' Gary Baumgarten has the latest numbers and what's triggering the crisis.
While there's no place like home, a growing number of Americans may soon be forced out of theirs. New data from Princeton University's The Eviction Lab reveals several major cities across the nation are experiencing historically high rates of eviction filings, with June rates in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area 91% higher than that time last year. Las Vegas rates went up by 56%, in Hartford, Connecticut by 32%, and rates in Jacksonville, Florida, up by 17%.
I feel a little nervous every time I come to the mail because I don't know if there's going to be an eviction note.
Real estate professionals point to the ending of the federal moratoriums on evictions and the drying up of federal emergency rental assistance funds for causing the surge, with the Eviction Lab reporting more than 8,400 evictions across the nation last week alone.
He wants us out.
Inflation also to blame, with the overall cost of rent up by roughly 15% from last year. And while renters say the increases are unfair, landlords say it's purely business.
If someone raises their rent 10%, they're just playing catch up.
According to a recent report from the National Low Income Housing Coalition, the average U.S. employee needs to make $26 an hour to afford rent for a two-bedroom residence. The federal minimum wage is only $7.25 an hour. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
A jobs posting by the Internal Revenue Service is getting backlash on social media. The employment posting was deleted but reappeared again. It lists job requirements for criminal investigations agents. The duties include carrying a firearm, using deadly force if necessary, and participating in arrests and the execution of search warrants. The posting was still up on usajobs.gov as of early this morning. The fury over the posting comes as a new bill making its way through Congress would provide money to hire thousands of new positions with the IRS. Afghanistan war veterans are urging Congress to pass the Afghan Adjustment Act, which would create a pathway to lawful permanent residency in the U.S. for Afghan nationals. The legislation was introduced by the Senate by both Democrats and Republicans and would allow eligible Afghans to apply for permanent status after 1 or 2 years of U.S. residence and clearing additional background checks.
To those Afghans that are still waiting, I want to say this. We have not forgotten you, we will not forget you, and we will spend every day to make sure that this bill becomes law and America gives you the promise of welcome that you deserve.
After the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan in August 2021, more than 70,000 Afghans were admitted into the U.S. with temporary status as humanitarian parolees. If the act is passed, they would become permanent residents. Still to come here on the second half of our show, the Ellsworth Public Library will host a fundraiser book sale. Details when we return. And we'll have Mr. Food on later with a recipe fit for all hours of the day. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
I've never really been offered a beauty campaign when I was in my 20s or my 30s or my 40s. It wasn't until I was 48 years old when I thought that was way behind me. Here you come along and ask me to join you on this journey with Meaningful Beauty.
No matter what your age, now is the perfect time for beautiful, younger-looking skin with Meaningful Beauty. Join Ellen Pompeo and millions of women who use the age-defying super treatments that have kept supermodel Cindy Crawford looking so youthful for over 20 years. Look at Cindy's skin at age 31 and at age 52. There's hardly any difference, and it's doing the same for Ellen.
My skin looks better today than it did 5 years ago. That's a great feeling. We can be such an inspiration to women to embrace aging and to celebrate it, to show other women this isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I am so passionate about Meaningful Beauty because I'm able to share with women everywhere.
So make the call or go online now and put yourself on the path to the most beautiful skin of your life. Trust me, it's worth it.
Meaningful Beauty is normally $139. You'll pay only $49.95 for all 5 concentrated super treatments. Plus, we'll include free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Be among the first 500 orders now and get a brand new gift package worth $115 free. you'll get Cindy's famous instant line filler, the Ultra Lifting and Filling Treatment. And for the first time ever, Cindy's incredible new Skin Revitalizer, free. This deep cleansing massager has hundreds of ultra-soft silicone touch points that pulse at up to 4,000 times per minute.
It uses sonic waves that actually helps lift impurities and dirt out of your pores, and your skin is just glowing even before you put a product on it.
This is a limited time only special offer, only $49.95 for everything you see here. Call the number below or go to meaningfulbeauty.com right now.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
I'm Emma Smith, and welcome back to Good Morning Maine. It's Thursday, August 11th, 2022. We've got the forecast in a moment. A little history first. On this day, the Mall of America in exotic Bloomington, Minnesota, opened 30 years ago. Airbnb was founded 14 years ago today, and 1 year ago today, Sicily recorded the highest temperature ever recorded in Europe, 119.8 degrees. Birthdays today include actress Viola Davis, who's 57, podcaster Joe Rogan is 55, and actor Chris Hemsworth is 39. And we have a quick programming note. The New England Patriots host the New York Giants in their preseason opener, and you can watch it tonight at 7 on ABC 7, which means that Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy are bumped up to 1:30 following Nightline tonight. And let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, Emma, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomaston Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so you've had a few returns on the radar, possibly a few sprinkles trying to develop this morning. We'll watch for more development later this afternoon with a few showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder later into the evening, though, as we'll watch the system right about in here. It's going to be moving in from the west, going toward the east. Now, going to give us a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here, but fizzle out as it does head in our direction. But otherwise, so as you take a look at things this morning, it's a few thunderstorms off the coast over the ocean. Otherwise, so futurecast showing a few showers possible this afternoon. Here's that line of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder that will fizzle out as it heads in our direction. Then maybe some clouds, a little bit of fog that will be on the way overnight tonight and parts of early tomorrow morning. The winds will not be a huge deal. In fact, the next several days, the winds will not be a huge deal at all. Mainly winds will be at around 5 to 10 miles per hour overall, switching out of the northwest, going toward the south and east. But your hourly forecast moving forward for the rest of the morning period. Plenty of clouds, a few showers possible, temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Today at 1:30 p.m., the Thompson Free Library in Dover-Foxcroft will host a free presentation called Avoiding Online Scams 101. The lesson will be in person at Dover-Foxcroft Library and will also likely be live streamed from the Thompson Free Library Facebook page. Glenn Nicholas from Hometown Technology Help in Dover-Foxcroft will lead the presentation, instructing attendees on how to identify online scams and what to do if you fall victim to one, among other information. For more information and a link to the Facebook page, head to foxbangor.com. And today, also beginning at 4 p.m., the Ellsworth Public Library will host a book sale. Organized by the Friends of Ellsworth Public Library in lieu of budget cuts, the sale will feature new and donated books for all ages and of all genres. The money raised will go to the library programs. The sale will go from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. today, as well as 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. And still to come here this morning, the UMaine football team practice sessions are back in full force with full pads. Tyler Cruz and Dave Peck will be in with sports when we return. But first, let's take another look at that forecast. High of 77 today, overcast and possible rain in some parts of the state. Scattered thunderstorms are likely as well in certain parts tonight. Low of 59. Tomorrow, not rain as likely as much. Partly cloudy though. Those clouds will stick on. The sun will shine through. High of 78.
When outdoors, some people like it hot and some people like it cold.
However, when indoors, most people like it comfortably warm. Consider a Rinnai direct vent wall furnace from McCusick Petroleum Company to provide you with comfortable and efficient heat. They also offer sales and service on many brands of furnaces, boilers, and water heaters. McCusick Petroleum Company delivers oil and LP gas to homes and businesses throughout the Pequot region. If you'd like more information on pricing or service, call or stop by our office in Dover Foxcroft.
In life, many things matter. Black lives matter. Asian and Caucasian lives matter. Police officers and firefighters matter. Youngsters and senior citizen lives matter. Think about it. Every life matters. And it all begins, first in Maine and everywhere, when the protection of the unborn matters.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
From gourmet wraps to cappuccinos and espresso, come experience the difference local makes. Basic or exotic with more than 100 different cuts of meat and 40 cafe drinks. Outside seating, live music events, the newest It Spot is right in the heart of Maine.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. The New York Giants take on the New England Patriots in their preseason football opener tonight at 7 on ABC 7.
Good morning, everyone. Well, up in Orono, Maine football training camp rolls on ahead of their season opener in early September, and they broke out in full pads for the first time on Wednesday. Tyler Cruz has the story.
For Maine football's head coach Jordan Stevens, this year has been full of firsts. Tuesday morning was no different. It's the Black Bears' first practice in full pads.
It's always a good time. Guys are always excited to get out here and play football again, getting people to hit, just getting the real game of football. And, it's a lot of fun being out there, seeing the guys play.
I think we're able to see the finish. It's a little more solidified and defined what the finish of the play is.
Guys can get a helmet on a helmet or pads together, and we can really see, what plays are working and what's not.
Now they're less than 25 days away from their first game in New Mexico on September 3rd, but if you ask them, they're not focused on what they can do in the 25-day span. They're focused on what they can accomplish right now, every time they take the field.
It's going great. We're taking it day by day. That's the only thing we can ask for right now. If we look too much into the future, things aren't going to go the way right now. So we want to take one step at a time, build the bricks every single day so we can end up building that foundation, end up building that house.
The Black Bears are about a week into camp, and a big theme of year one of the Jordan Stevens era is building a sense of brotherhood throughout the team.
Yeah, so if you don't know what brotherhood is, it's accountability, toughness, compete, family, passion, belief. The whole team is buying into that. We have every single day after practice, meetings, everything. Someone's randomly questioned to see if they know what it is.
I think getting that laid down first and these guys feeling confident about who we are is an important part of camp. Team building relationships are a big part of camp. Camp is hard, camp is a grind, and it should be, because it's getting you prepared for the season.
Reporting from Orono, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you, Tyler. Let's stay on football and check in with the Patriots. They're a couple weeks into training camp now as well already. Game one of the preseason is just about here. Also, the Patriots will host the Giants on Thursday night from Gillette Stadium. Now, as we reported earlier in the week, former Black Bear Andre Miller will not take the field after having surgery on his arm. For the Patriots, all the reports have noted how bad the offense has looked this week. That's the simple analysis, but Belichick made it clear earlier this week what we're observing in practice from a results standpoint isn't necessarily black and white.
If you look at the result of the play, that's one thing. If you look at the 22 components of the play, 11 on each side, that's a totally different breakdown. So there's an element of both, but if you don't get the 11 things right, eventually you're going to have problems. So might look good on a particular play out here, might look bad if something different had happened on the play.
Good stuff from Belichick. So the Pats are gearing up for their first preseason game. Again, that'll be on ABC7 against the Giants, and that's really when you can get a sense of what we're actually looking at with the offense. It's hard to tell when they're going up against their own team, so this will be pretty much the first test where we can have some solid takeaways for what the offense and defense, for that matter, looks like for the Patriots. Up here, though, high school fall sports are set to begin practice this coming Monday. Still a few weeks until game time, but ref shortages continue to be an issue now for field hockey as well. Longtime high school field hockey coach Lori Smith used the word dire to describe the lack of officials within the main high school field hockey sphere. She said in some parts of the state, referee classes didn't get a single participant this summer. It's a problem almost all fall sports are facing, but current officials say even if you're a newcomer, there's a place for you on the field.
We are all here to help. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know if I could do it, you have a lot of support if you just take that initiative.
Players, former coaches, I think can make the best officials, and that's who we need to find a way to reach out to.
And if you are interested, you can find more information on the MPA website at mpa.cc. All right, finally tonight on Tuesday, it was Michael Waka making a rehab appearance in Portland. And on Thursday, Kike Hernandez made the trip to Hadlock along his road back to Fenway. Kike rehabbing his way back from a hip flexor injury starting in center field for the Dogs. Bottom four, Kike lines a hard single into left field. He was 1 for 2 on the night. That was the only hit Richmond starter Matt Frisbee allowed in 6 innings of work. This was a low-scoring game. Red Sox righty Tyler Danish, also in town on a rehab stint, fires a scoreless 6-inning. Nice double play ball here. Top of the 8 we go, still scoreless. Richmond with a runner at first, but Dogs lefty Audinaire Mosqueda picks off Michael Gigliotti to end the inning. We go to the 10th 0-0 game. Eli Marrero at third, and it's Tyler Dearden who sends everyone home with the walk-off single to center. Sea Dogs win in 10 innings. Back-to-back walk-off nights, 1-0 the final. Here was Kike after the game.
You know, the annoying thing was that there's not much to do with these injuries other than wait for them to heal. And, I mean, like I said, it took a lot longer than we thought and we wanted to, but feeling good now.
So the last time Kike suited up for the Red Sox was back on June 7th, and he is expected to suit up for the Sea Dogs again on Friday. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking to haul a new piece of equipment? Homeowners or commercial, Coops Truck and Equipment has the right trailer for you. Coops is the largest dealer of truck flatbeds and hauler bodies in this state and can replace any old rusty bed or outfit, any new truck. Our full-service facility can modify all truck and trailers with steel and aluminum fabricators on duty. We are your go-to place for CM truck bodies, H&H trailers, and load trail trailers. For trailers, truck bodies, truck outfitting, and more, it's Coops.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Plus, extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Get more access to care with WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-844-471-0022 now. That's 1-844-471-0022.
And with Thursday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The Labor Department released July's Consumer Price Index yesterday, showing prices rose 8.5% in July over a year earlier, down from just over 9% in June. On Wall Street, the Dow was up more than 500 points yesterday. The S&P hit a 3-month high. Economists say the average cost of regular unleaded gas is just below $4 nationally, about $1.50 higher than a year ago. Disney has passed Netflix in the number of streaming subscribers, reaching a total of 221 million customers. The company says it will increase prices for customers who want to watch Disney Plus or Hulu without commercials. And United Airlines has put down a $10 million deposit for 100 flying taxis. United ultimately wants to use them to ferry passengers to airports. The flying taxis aren't approved to fly yet, but it's expected by the end of 2024. I'm Leo Jonathan with Thursday's Business on ABC 7.
And now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast. Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already a few sprinkles showing up on the radar this morning. Here we'll watch for a few showers that will develop during the afternoon period. Maybe a few light sprinkles and that'll be about it. But otherwise, though, areas to the north and west have to watch for a few showers, maybe a rumble of thunder that will try to sneak in here later on as this front tries to move in. We have high pressure that will be right behind it. More chances of showers and storms not out of the question as we head towards the latter parts of this week into the weekend. Otherwise, though, water temperatures are not too bad. Temperatures will be in the 70s today. Water temperatures in the 60s. So overall, not too bad out there, though. Our average high has ticked down to 80 degrees now. It will be in the middle to upper 70s for the next few days. Back in the lower 80s Sunday and a Monday. Upper 70s Tuesday, then back in the lower 80s again as we head towards your Wednesday. Dew points won't be a huge deal. You might notice it feeling a little humid today with dew points around that 60-degree mark, but falling as we head towards Friday back into the comfortable territory and staying there for the next several days as well. Moving forward, though, your UV index forecast for today is at a 6. I'm betting it might be a little bit lower, though, with the clouds sticking around. But either way, though, the UV index is expected to be at a 6. That's high. Burn time of 30 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, shade will still be necessary as you head out the door to avoid any sunburn. And yes, even with the clouds, you can still get sunburned, so definitely make sure to keep that in mind. Moving forward, though, futurecast showing a mostly cloudy sky, maybe some breaks in the clouds from time to time with a few showers this afternoon. This line of showers and storms will try to sneak in here during the evening period, though, but quickly tapering off as it moves in our direction. Some clouds and fog will also be possible overnight and early tomorrow morning. But as we head towards tomorrow, though, a few showers trying to sneak in along the coastline, though, but most of us staying dry with some sunshine to also try to sneak out from time to time, too, before another system begins to move in from the south. And any rain will be welcome, though. Here's the latest drought monitor. A new one comes out later today showing many areas in the state still in drought at this time. Your forecast for today, upper 70s, mostly cloudy. We'll see a few showers out there with that south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we'll see a few thunderstorms. Those will fizzle out as they head in our direction. We'll have lows in the upper 50s areas, a fog as well. South wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 70s, partly cloudy. North wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Alrighty, we're dry on Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 70s. Middle 70s on Saturday under a mostly cloudy sky. More storms by Sunday and a smaller chance by Monday.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
Welcome to the Purple Baboon, a local gem on the Belfast waterfront. Find lots of little joys for every taste, like fun clothing for the whole family and a lovely selection of coastal Maine-made jewelry. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Front Street, Belfast.
What happens when Anna Nicole Smith's family goes in search of her secrets, past, and possessions?
You don't own me, I'm not your property.
And
when the autopsy is released, it is shocking.
The 2020 event, Friday night on ABC.
One of the challenges we come across in the summer is finding recipes that are light and bright. A dish that I tend to make more in the summer than any other time is quiche. It's versatile, and with the farmers markets in full swing, there are many fresh, colorful, and tasty produce options that can help customize your quiche. Today, we're making one that's crustless and loaded with one of my favorite veggies. The first thing we do is combine some baking mix with onion powder, salt, and pepper. After stirring our dry ingredients together, we add some Swiss and cheddar cheese, some diced ham, and lots of broccoli florets. Now in a separate bowl, we beat together half and half and a couple of eggs and pour it over our cheese. After giving it a good mix, we pour it into a pie plate and bake it off. Once it cools slightly, it's ready to cut into wedges and serve. Who would think something so simple could be so full of creamy, cheesy goodness? And like I said, feel free to change it up using whatever looks best or what's on sale. To get the recipe for our broccoli and ham quiche, simply check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an easy, cheesy, summery way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
The United Nations reports roughly 11 million tons of plastic winds up in the world's oceans every year, with overall ocean plastic pollution on the verge of tripling by 2040. And while large plastic debris is bad, microplastics are also creating massive environmental hazards for people and animals. Fox News correspondent Marianne Rafferty has a look at the unique robotic and scientific solutions helping to save the planet from the tiny debris.
At less than 5 millimeters in size, microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic debris packing deadly consequences for the world's oceans. And while real fish should not be eating the particles, researchers in China are developing robotic fish to absorb the toxic waste.
The porous structure of the microplastics attract harmful substances such as heavy metals, which amplify their toxicity.
The robot fish are controlled by light and can operate in shallow water, with scientists aiming to have them removing microplastic below the surface of the oceans in the near future. And there's no time to waste. Data collected by the Worldwide Fund for Nature estimates there could be 50 times more microplastic in the oceans by the end of the century. It's prompting scientists at the University of Barcelona to train community members on how they can help save the planet.
They are citizens that are training in how they have to collect scientific samples.
Now, hundreds of volunteers are taking part in the Surfing for Science project, attaching special nets to their paddleboards and kayaks so they can scoop up microplastic before it's consumed by aquatic creatures.
The majority of the injuries that we do see is obviously in gestation of plastics.
Like this sea turtle recently rescued off a beach in Sydney, Australia, who veterinarians witnessed passing microplastic through its bowels for 6 days. But humans are also exposed to microplastics. The Worldwide Fund for Nature estimates people eat as much as a credit card's worth of plastic each week. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Good Morning America is next on ABC 7. Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. Have a great day.
Do you own a timeshare? At first, maybe it seemed like a great investment, but then you realized a lot of the promises made to you were simply not true. A little later, you started receiving the monthly maintenance fees and additional associated bills they failed to mention when you signed the agreement. And now their fees keep rising. Your times to actually use the timeshare keep shrinking, and the resort has no interest in letting you out of the agreement. Your vacation dream has turned into a timeshare nightmare. An overwhelming, never-ending financial obligation that will fall on your children after you're gone. And it seems as if there is no way out. Well, here's some great news. There is a way out. The Timeshare Exit Hotline has helped hundreds of people just like you. Desperate people who thought they were stuck in this burden forever. Although most professionals in the timeshare industry are legitimate, there are those that use aggressive, sometimes even misleading sales tactics to try and trick innocent people into signing their lives away. We've heard many stories of people who have been lied to and others who were kept in a room for over 10 hours, not provided water or anything to eat.